Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Early doors review. Not intentional. But yeah, I'll get onto that in a minute. But don't be eating. If you're eating, then don't watch the rest of the review until you've eaten. So anyway, this is from Brewgooder. Got this from Co-op, a range of new beers from them. It's a Passionfruit Session IPA made by Magic Rock Brewing, or in collaboration with Magic Rock Brewing, and product of Scotland, distributed by Brewgooder Limited, Glasgow. So it says here, at Brewgooder, we believe beer can create waves of positivity in the world. I do like that. As somebody who suffers terribly with anxiety, mental health, and not only that, sometimes you try and do the best, and the vibes you get can be so hurtful at times. Since 2016, every single one of our beers has been brewed on purpose to empower the lives of others. I like in this. This collaboration with our good friends at Magic Water is a collab, is no different. Magic Ratio, a passion fruit session IPA, is full of fruity flavour, named to echo our mission to contribute 1 to 100 litres of water per can. The 100X series, this beer unlocks 33 litres of clean drinking water for a community that needs it. That's 100 times the beer in this can. You're making a huge impact by drinking it. And, 4.1% brewed in Huddersfield. I do love what it stands for. In a world where the world is rich enough to have no poverty in the world, and yet the rich nations and people flip their money and preach to the rest of us about, oh, do charity, do this. And then one of the preachers recently was Amazon's Jeff Bezos, a billionaire, multi-billionaire. And I'm sorry, but don't preach to anybody unless you are giving away a sizable chunk of your wealth to these poor nations. So anyway, the reason why I'm doing an early beer review, I come home, walked in the front door, thought, bit of a smell in the ass, what's that? Thought, a bit of a strange aroma coming in. And my wife does baking, so I'm used to aromas. But in any case, walks into the dining room where the dog is, because we put the dog away in the dining room and lock the door when we go out, so we don't set the alarms off. And poor Bogger's had a bit of diarrhea and that, and so I'm like, oh God. So kicked him out onto the front garden with the gate shut while I started to clean up. And not only did he done in the front dining room, he'd also done in the front room in his bed. And it's like, oh God. So I've had to clean it all up, bring both of his beds outside, absolutely soak them, because you can't stick them in the washing machine because they're too big. So I've had to soak them, wash them down, swill them down, soak them. Luckily it's only on the top, not below the limit, but soak them and then disinfectant and spray them, and now they've got to dry off. So not the greatest start to the afternoon. And he's nearly 16, and I think he's getting to that stage where we can't give him anything but his own food and own biscuits, because anything else is upsetting his stomach, even though he'll love to. Yeah, we live and learn one more time. I do a lot of living and learning in life. It seems to follow me around, living and learning. So anyway, hazy pour this. Let me get rid of the goose island off the front. Yeah, hazy orangey pour. Centimetre and a half of white head. Nice tropical passion fruit aroma on this. That's like I say, it's only 4.1%, so that's good. I've got loads of painting to do, so I didn't get. But I can't go in the house until I know the dog's dry again. Oh, it's down the bottom of the path. He's coming to see me, bless him. Nice passion fruit taste, nice little bit of bite, subtle. The ABV, you can't really tell you're drinking a 4% even. And, okay, baby. Oh dear, he walks around like a drunk man, bless him. He kind of walks and then like stutters to a side, but you know, he's obviously getting old and that. Oh. And this is his way of telling me, Dad, come on, let's get in the house. And I'm going to have to sort out a cushion for him to sit on, because he's wiped out all his beds. Yes, all his beds. Please don't poo in my shed. Yeah, do not want to be dealing with that. Arse is bad enough, shed is another level again. Wait. Out. Come on, get off outside and go and get dry. Yeah, don't splatter me shed with bits. So yeah, it's been a good day really. I've had a cracking day at work. I mean, I've been lots of sorting stuff out ready for the for spring, because we're not far away now. We're only in January. Yes, we've still got 2 months of winter yet in the grand scheme of things, but it's not long before it starts to change. And I've got a big year ahead of me. Talking about positivity, the kitchen garden is nearly created now. It's nearly there. The beds are nearly at full capacity. I've got to fill them up with leaves and then cover them over a bit of compost. What I'm doing is I'm using cardboard, recycling. I'm using hay bales, which we add for the box and bubbles. We've got like a horse box that's basically a bar, and they're used outside. But we've also got, and then I put leaves on. I put compost on. I put compost, what they use in the kitchen. So vegetable peelings, eggshells, that all goes in as well. And then we fill up the beds up to the top, squash it down, and then top off with compost, and that creates a lovely, and it's a rotting. It's rotting as long as I've got about that much on the top. It's going to drop obviously, but as long as I've got about that much of soil on the top, then underneath it all rots off, and it all creates its own compost. So we're creating compost, we're recycling. With our green credentials are massive, and obviously it's all about saving money in this awful pandemic that we're in. And obviously I work in hospitality as a gardener, so the more we save and the more we grow our own. So I'm growing vegetables, I'm growing flowers, I'm putting more beds in, I'm growing trees. Everything I do is ticks boxes, and not for me more than anybody. You know, it's what I want to do, and eventually it will save the both wedding venues money. But it's never all about the money. It's about what you get out of it and what people get out of it. And what people see is a workplace that are pushing the green agenda, and you know, we can all do our little bit. And if we all do our little bit in this world we live in, we can turn global warming around quite easily if we all do our bit, and countries as well. You know, that's you know, the world's a big place. There's lots of places for solar panels and wind turbines and all that, as long as and so it doesn't destroy the natural beauty of the world, but certainly in areas where they can go. I mean, you look at America, it's a massive area, especially in them states where they get a lot of sun and it's very dry. Well, solar panels there, you could imagine millions and millions of solar panels there, and you could cut off a lot of for the power. You could create such You know, that's what I'd do if I was in America. And that's where the richer countries need to sort things out. But also across, when you think about countries like what they're trying to support, again, for these countries, creating, if companies were to invest in solar panels and that for these countries, then they're making money. And, you know, the world can turn itself around. If only they had some people in the world who were strong enough to actually do that sort of thing. So, I won't go any further because I'm worried about the dog. I can't hear him moving, so that's not a good sign. Hazy, orangey pour, white head, passion fruit on nose, passion fruit on the taste. Nice and bitey, really easy drinking beer. Doesn't taste like a 4.1%, but yeah, decent beer from Magic Rock Brewing and Brewgooder. For me, a good 4.1 out of 5. Cheers, everyone. See you later.